Let's get into it. Coach Colin news now. Trump responded to Biden. Biden said that he is willing to debate Trump. And I was like, is this real? But I knew it was real. But, you know, when you can't see the video, you're kind of like, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, with the world of AI, we always have to take that into consideration. I checked the sources as much as I could. Myself, I said, okay, this is real enough for me. But it turns out it was real. It was really real. And I found a little clip of Biden actually saying that he will debate Trump, but also Howard Stern gives his take on what he would do if he was Biden, and they talk a little bit more. So it's a little more context into that whole thing instead of just a quick soundbite there. Then after that, I'm going to play a little clip of Howard Stern talking about Hillary Clinton and my theory on why Joe Biden is now on the Howard Stern show. Howard Stern mentions this. Let's get into it. Check it out.
Can I tell you a fantasy I had?
Sure.
I don't know if you're going to debate your opponent.
I am somewhere. I don't know when. Yeah. I'm happy to debate him.
This is how I would handle it. Tell me if I'm nuts. Well, I am nuts, but tell me if this is accurate. I would stand there on stage with Trump and I would repeat over and over again, excuse me, please find me 11,000 votes so that I can win the election. I would just repeat that over and over again. And then I'd say to the audience, what are we debating? A man picked up the phone and wanted to say, fake the election, give me 11,000 votes. I don't know how any American who loves this country, that's the end of the debate. You don't get to run if you're going to fix an election.
On January 6th, when they were storming the Capitol.
And a police officer died.
Yeah, and he would say nothing. He was sitting in that office that dining area off the Oval Office for 3 hours and said nothing. I was supposed to make a speech on the economy that day. Instead, I made a speech I was in Delaware on that issue because I was elected president, but I wasn't sworn in yet. It was derelict. It was almost criminal. He did nothing. He just sat there and watched what was happening. Not a single, and now he wants to he calls them patriots and victims, and says he's going to pardon them all if he's reelected.
I love the blanket way that they talk about this whole thing when people talk about J6. You know, it's just a very clear cut, like, can't believe he's considering any of those people were nice. It's like, well, some of them had to be. Right. That's the way crowds work. There's never all bad people in a crowd. Everybody has their own mind and their own thoughts. You never know what's happening. And we're starting to see that a lot of people who do go to protests, because that's what it was a protest. A lot of people who go to protests don't always have the same view of what they want to see in terms of the outcome. So just wanted to say that really quick. But Howard Stern going on that little unhinged little rant there. You know what I would do? I would just repeat over and over again. Find me 11,000. I wonder how that would do for Howard Stern. I wonder how that would do for Biden if he just decided to just start screaming the same sentence over and over again. I'm sure we would all be like, well, yeah, this is what I thought. I expect this from this man. That's exactly what I would think. I'd be like, oh, okay. He's just on repeat. Cool. No problem there, you know. And then on top of that, bringing up the whole 11,000 votes thing again, it's another blanket way of thinking about it. If you're on that side of things, or if you're against Trump, you're just automatically like, I know what he was saying. It kind of goes back to the whole bloodbath argument. I know exactly what he was saying. It's like, was he saying that he thinks that there should be 11,000, or was he saying dig me up 11,000? Well, it's like, if you're on the left, you're going to be like, it's the most nefarious thing. You don't even have to tell me. Just go with the most nefarious possible thing because he's Satan. That's what I believe. And Biden's Jesus. Resurrected. Oh, Biden's resurrected. That would explain a lot. Kidding, of course. Apologize to my Bible over here. Sorry. Anyways, now we have another clip of why was Biden on the Howard Stern show? That doesn't seem very regular for him. And then I'm also going to make a little connection to something that Sage Steele was saying about her interview with Biden. But listen to this first.
Vote for Donald Trump. I go into great lengths in this book, and I think people will be interested in this. Hillary Clinton, like in Moby Dick, I was chasing her. She was my obsession. I wanted to see Hillary Clinton win. And I thought if she had come on the show, the way I helped Donald was I let him come on and be a personality. Whether you liked him or not, people related to him as a human being. I wanted to do that for Hillary. The big knock against Hillary, especially with some of the male audience, was, we don't like her.
And you could feel that on the air.
I absolutely could feel it on the air.
And all during that time, you do write about this, you're trying to get Hillary Clinton on your show. As you said, she's afraid of you.
Hillary Clinton's afraid of me, and justifiably. Look, she's got a big campaign. She doesn't know about I'm in therapy and doesn't know that what I really wanted to do, I didn't want to ask her about her sex life. I didn't want to ask her about Bill Clinton and his affairs or any of that. The woman has devoted her life to public service. Why? What is it about public service? What is it that drives her? What was it like when she saw her when her husband becomes president? Was there envy there? What was her climb? I thought that perhaps if she came on my show, we could have stripped away some of the pomp and circumstance or the tightness that comes with running for president. And like Donald, she could have been seen in a different light.
And you believe if she had done that, she'd be president?
That's an arrogant statement. And, to sit here and cavalierly say, yes, she would have been president. No. But look at the Electoral College and look at that. It came down to a couple of states. And it was
70,000 votes.
70,000 votes. On SiriusXM, we have 33 million subscribers, and we calculate that at a minimum, per subscription, there are 2 people listening per family. Let's say there's 66 million people. They tell me 60% of Sirius's audience listening to me. Out of that audience, if Hillary had come on, in the same way that Lady Gaga came on, or Gwyneth Paltrow, or Rosie O'Donnell, and guys call me afterwards, man, I never liked Lady Gaga, but I just heard her talking. I'm going to her concert. These are hardcore dudes who don't get sometimes, they're too caught up in that she's a woman or I look like a wuss if I'm listening to this. If Hillary could have come in and maybe persuaded 70,000 people out of those millions of people that listen and come off in such a way, maybe we'd be looking at a different scenario.
Now, Stern and...
Yeah, maybe we'd be on World War IV by now. I don't know. You got to shoot for the stars. You know what I mean? So I only play that to say maybe that's why Biden is on Howard Stern's show. Now, Howard Stern has become severely woke. Severely. He became, over the past 4 years, he became one of those screw your freedom type of people, if you know what I mean. Over the last 4 or 5 years, you know what I mean? So, now that he's severely woke and he's doing the bidding of what the woke overlords tell him to do, the blue-haired goddess that is the all-knowing, all-seeing woke goddess, now that he's doing that, he probably reached out and said, listen, have Biden come on the show. I'll make sure to ask the right questions. We'll humanize him. We have millions of viewers, millions of subscribers, millions of people listening. Maybe we can sway people. A lot of people in New York. Listen to Howard Stern as well. And he wanted to humanize Biden a little bit because Biden is probably facing the same problem. Well, probably. He is for sure. We're seeing it day after day. The working class, lower class, people in the hood, minorities, they're all looking at Biden saying, nah, we're not feeling it. We don't like what we're feeling. We liked what we were feeling before last presidency. So Howard Stern's trying to help out a little bit. And I have to say, he's right in regards to his interviews. They do humanize people. They really humanize people. I mean, one of the reasons so many people knew Donald Trump to be such a wild card is because he did numerous interviews on the Howard Stern show before Howard went all woke and before Donald Trump was running for president. I remember hearing that type of stuff many times on my way to school and things like that. So, man, maybe that's what's going on right now. And I don't know if it'll work, but here's the thing. Also, going to my point about Sage Steele. Sage is a podcaster. I did a piece on her before. She was talking about Joe Biden and she came clean. She's one of those people that in the past 4 years throughout the pandemic, she decided not to do the thing that everybody needed to do. And she got fired from ESPN after doing the thing halfway, but didn't do the rest of the thing. Just wild. Either way, she got fired for speaking the truth. And she came clean about her interview with Joe Biden. She said everything is perfectly scripted. You cannot move away from any one word. Everything has to be laid out, and that's how he does it. Howard Stern probably did that exact same thing. I mean, honestly, when you're looking here in this interview, it doesn't even look like Biden's looking at Howard. It doesn't even look like he's looking at him. Looks like he's just looking down. Quite honestly, I'll mute it while he's talking, but it doesn't even look like he's making eye contact with Howard Stern. You know what I mean? So maybe it was just another one of those things. I just wanted to say that, and I just wanted to show you that little part of context from Howard Stern saying what he would say to Donald Trump. What are we even debating? It's amazing that these people are like, what are we debating? What are we holding an election for? What's all this First Amendment talk? What's this Constitution thing? Isn't this thing too old already? What is with these people and just wanting to do away with the due process of things? It's so wild to see. And it's always these super woke types. And it's so sad to see that Howard Stern turned that way. I got to tell you, he was a major inspiration for me to get in front of a microphone, and to see what happened to him is just so sad. So sad. Rogan's the only one left. James Lipton died. I used to love James Lipton inside the actor studio. Howard Stern turned woke. All I got is this guy left. Oh man. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that. We'll see if it even makes the final cut. I don't even know. Howard Stern's pretty tight about his content, so when somebody shows it, he jumps on it pretty hard. But I hope it makes it to you guys. Anyways, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps tremendously. And other than that, I'm out.